Oh my god, I'm so sorry for the late release of episode. Hello, welcome to Pumpkin Patch episode 9. I'm pretty sure it's 9. Let me just check real quick. Yep, it's episode 9. Okay. It's been a while since I recorded an episode. And part of the reason is because I was busy. Well, I think if you heard from the previous episode with Vex on it, or Itomi, we had released. I was busy adminning, well, essentially, my Minecraft server. It's my first time hosting a proper Minecraft server, and it was a bit troublesome. We also had like other things, which is like Shopee issues. Man, that was like difficult. We had to go back and forth for the Shopee thing like 5 or 6 times. And speaking of which, I decided this episode we're going to be talking about online shopping services, essentially Shopee and Lazada, all those things. You know, the classic Singapore online shopping experience, like the sudden blow up of it and whatnot. Let's get started. Oh yeah, by the way, before we go on episode, I tried a different Prime flavor. It's called the ice pop one. Shit, and it felt like a certain chemical I tasted before. It tastes shit. Okay, back onto the topic. Like online shopping services. Oh, by the way, okay, you know what? This is gonna say, by the way, there is going to be 4 episodes today. If YouTube doesn't do its weird thing of asking me to verify once again, because last time I had to delete an episode because YouTube decided to just remove my permission to just upload a single episode. While my Spotify had it on standby, my YouTube just couldn't upload a single episode. So I was busy trying to fix that, and then the next day I was very busy handling Minecraft server for a while. You know, all this sort of deal. So yeah, it was a bit tiring to like settle the stuff. Technically, yesterday when this episode releases was the official launch. One day off from the original launch date, but we bought the server on the actual date, so it's okay. We had like a lot of like issues to like fix and whatnot. We finally done it. Yeah, I'm quite happy. Okay, so if this episode like all the episodes, 4 episodes released by today, that's a good sign. It should make up for 1 hour. This all gonna be like 25 to 30 minutes each. Should around be like 1 hour. Okay, so what have I first let's not go to what have I gone. Let's talk about the shopping things, online shopping. The sudden burst on like the platforms, it was around quarantine, of course, because you can't really go out to shopping malls to buy them because restocking from overseas has been blocked, especially in Singapore, who relies on overseas transport to like deliver goods and whatnot. Yes, we heavily rely on those things. We had to rely on online shopping services quite often. So yeah, most of it was like some are mostly located in Singapore or like some Malaysia and China, but like we know how to handle those things. So the sudden outbreak of this was shocking because I think when Shopee first launched, it was like a major hit, yet not many people was talking about it. It was like all over the advertisement site. You would not miss a day of not seeing Shopee. But no one was really using it until COVID struck. It essentially appeared like 1 or 2 years before COVID started. So when COVID started, Shopee just blew up and it became very wide known. Essentially, it's like Shopee just predicted the outburst of Corona. It's like, man, that actually started a trend because Lazada started after Shopee. But most people were doing Facebook shopping first, I think. Of course, you got like your other things like your Amazon, your whatever. But like in Asia and especially in Singapore, we don't really use online shopping services. Because if you can get it in real life, just get it in real life. The only difference is like food services. People do use them because we had like Grab and Food Panda. Then we had Deliveroo, which I think discontinued. I'm not sure. And like there's others, but like Food Panda is still the main one that still survive. So yeah, people were using these online services because it was convenient. There's 2 things in Asia in culture. If you can get it in real life, get it in real life, like in physically. And then if it's convenient, take the convenient route. That's why you see grandpas, grandma always trying to learn the technologies because you know it's convenient. They will gladly learn it. I think I'm gonna follow that exact same thing with them. If it's convenient, I'm always gonna learn it. So yeah, when Shopee came out, it wasn't really seen as a convenient, and it's only like what online shopping is mostly done by female people, mostly done. I'm not being gender stereotyping or not. It's literally proven. Like if you look at Asian graph of female people who use online shopping services, they're mostly females, like older women and whatnot. And they usually use Facebook shopping, not really Amazon, but sometimes Amazon and whatnot. eBay, Asian don't really use eBay, man. eBay is a very Western site, to be honest. So we have all these things, and then Shopee came out before quarantine and it wasn't popular, but over time it became popular. Carousel also had the same thing, and then Lazada came out. I'm not sure what else. I think that was like Grab also decided to expand to more like delivery services, because back in the day Grab was just taxi and cab, but then Grab expanded after during the quarantine period, and this made more people use it. Every single gender will use it. That means in any single age, you will have adult males finally using it more often, and females also using it as always. But like, by the way, this episode has like no script, no planning. It's literally just a last minute idea. So yeah, pretty much everyone started using it. To my surprise, I was one of the few people who never used it, not only because I didn't really have an online wallet. I somewhat frown upon it because I just felt like it's unnecessary to have it, and also if I ever need something online, I will just ask my brother or my parents just to help me buy it, because what's the point of having multiple accounts to buy? I realized afterwards, of course, having multiple accounts, essentially, you can just buy whenever you want and you don't need to deal with so much things. But you still have the online wallet thing, so but I think recently, like last month or something, I just started using Shopee only. Shockers, yes. Also, I think I have Lazada. And like I also have Etsy, I think, which is I think it started with Etsy, and then I had got Shopee and Lazada because I wanted to compare like certain stuff to like improve my streaming quality and whatnot, like cameras, like proper cameras and whatnot. It's just like to get a gist of it, but we got Etsy because someone in the VAT server or Vocal Appreciation team, I sent this Etsy link I was showing about little acrylic keychains of Vocaloid figures, and I wanted them, but they only ship to certain locations, so we couldn't get it. But like a lot of people couldn't get it. But that interest did my like online shopping thing. I started from Etsy, went to decide, okay, you know what, while waiting for my channel, like, you know what, let's download Shopee. Let's actually browse for gears and whatnot, because I feel like I was like lacking stuff. So we went Shopee, I checked like certain stuff, and then I went to Lazada to compare prices. And now I'm here using Shopee way often. I mean, I'm not buying left, right, and center like a lot of people in my house and like a lot of relatives, but like, wow, I'm using Shopee quite often, I would say. Surprisingly so, because as I said, I frown upon using online shopping services as much as often, because I felt like, well, it is convenient, but like it also feels scamish in a sense, because anyone technically could set up a shop, but of course people will report it if it's a scam and whatnot. And it's based on like if you check on reviews on how trustworthy this shop is. But like, man, I mean, up to this day, I definitely still feel that, but I use Shopee like more often. I mean, like, as I already said at the start of the episode, I was handling. Wait, did I say this? Okay, essentially, I'm not sure. I can't remember. My memory is like all jumbled up. Oh god. Well, I was setting up the Minecraft server, also had a Shopee issue where we had to go back and forth for like 5 or 6 times. So yeah, it's very recent. Like, I just using Shopee quite often now, and surprisingly, I mean, if you look at like my Throne wishlist, you didn't see a single Shopee link until this year and middle of the year. I didn't use a Shopee link at all, even though Shopee is the one-way stop to get a lot of stuff. I just like, I'd rather go official store and maybe pay a premium price for it. Even though Shopee, you can pay for cheaper. I don't know why I keep saying Shopee. I mean, it's the common and everyone knows it. You could use Shopee to pay cheaper and like, maybe have a slight chance of it getting damaged. it isn't like American shipping culture. It's a different one here. The culture here is very good, to the point that even for a little thing, they will just give you one massive ass box. I mean, today we have Shopee delivery. They package it in a fair price box, which essentially is our local supermarkets like your Target. So they just had it in a random box. And then inside was just a normal box of a One Piece card. One box. A massive box from your supermarket just for one little box. It's overpacked and it's like, it happens quite often. I mean, sometimes it's Shopee, right? Some is store-owned Shopee on things, so it's like you buy it from their store physically, technically, but it's on through online. So they will just shop it from Singapore to somewhere usually. There's some of them, like there's one that literally we my brother sometimes buy because it's cheap, but they just use whatever box lying around, just wrap it with like the worst, not even wrapping paper, not even plastic, not even bubble wrap, just whatever random poster that is not relevant anymore. They will just use it and wrap the random stuff. And holy shit, the box will get damaged. They do not care. So yeah, those are like the type of things I'm scared when doing online shopping. You can't have quality assurance that much. I mean, there is like you can look at the reviews. Sometimes they will talk about it, but like seeing firsthand is always feels better. That's why I always like to go Challenger and pay for more of the stuff. And like most of my setup surprisingly is from Challenger. I'm not joking. I would spend $100. I used to spend like for my headset, for my mouse, for my keyboard, $100. Yes, last year I spent astonishing amount of money just for like a setup, and like I just keep doing this sort of. I mean, now I'm not using headset anymore because I feel like it's good. It's definitely good. It makes me sweaty, and it's like, is it really worth spending so much money on it? Wait, let me just on my aircon. Super hot now. So yeah, I was like, man, is it worth really spending $100 just for a headset? Because I did spend, let's say, $100 on a Razer headset. It was under promo, so it was like $90 to $80. It was cheap. Then there was others that was like $200 and it got reduced around the same price. I was like, okay, technically buying those would be better, but then I wanted this feature of this slightly cheaper, so we bought that. I was finishing using my old headset. Once it really ran out of like life, I will switch it over. When I only use the Razer one once. So when I started using the Razer one, it spoiled. Instantly spoiled. I mean, I can try it, but like my brother tried before, it wasn't working. And it was over because I think I didn't use it for like 2 months straight. So it was like 1 week straight. Like, so essentially over the return period of sorts, 1 or 2 months. Or like 1 week essentially. So yeah, I like, holy shit, I essentially bought this headset that's super pricey for 1 day use. Yeah, that's like my experience of why I never use headset. Now I use earpiece. If you guys watch like my face cam streams anytime, you know that I don't use headset. I use earpiece. They're so okay. If for those who want to know what earpiece I use, I'm using like a Sony earpiece. That means they're very pricey. They're about almost expensive as a headset, but they're super good. They give very detailed information that I need. They have very high bass boost and whatnot. I love using this, but man, do I spoil them non-stop. So yeah, I got this, like now it's like technically it's like my consistent one. I technically have another one also because I realized this one still was working. It's just my phone like crazy. We have a different Sony one which is a cheaper version of this, but I say it gives similar information and stuff. But I prefer this heavy duty one because not only does it fit my ear way better, it has more information. So for gaming, I don't need to put two sides. I mean, it's better usually to put two sides. You can hear and whatnot, but like one side for me, it's more comfortable for me. I mean, when I use headset, I also was doing one sided, which is the reason why I stopped using it because man, I rather like have one earpiece and just plug it in my ear non-stop than using like a headset that, well, you only listening one side and whatnot. Another reason why I always put it one side is a bit of a habit because I used to play in the living room. Yes, in the living room. So like there will be a bunch of noise that will happen, and in order to hear whatever my parents want to say to me, I always have to remove the headset because that headset reduces so much noise. It's like completely silent, which is good, but it makes me loud and noisy, and I say it's good and bad at the same time. So yeah, I got earpiece. The only problem was that, well, if you guys watched me earlier this year, I didn't have all my earpiece mic broke. It always will break. That's the only problem with earpiece. While headset mics, they usually last very long. I mean, luckily I bought this creative mic. The brand is called Creative. It's around $80 or so. It's pricey. I mean, I wanted my brother to get a Blue Yeti mic. It's way better because it's technically like a 360 mic. This is a front and a back mic, which is not the best mic, I would say. I mean, it's way better and surprisingly it's cheaper. I want to just get a Blue Yeti Mini, which will work and it's simple. It's also very high end quality, and I would just get it. So, but my brother didn't know, and I was busy in school when he messaged me, "Hey, which mic do you want?" And then just got a creative mic, which I'm not complaining because currently it's actually holding up to a simple mic. It's essentially what I need, and it's really good so far. I mean, it is producing this type of quality, and I would say it's good enough. I mean, I'm not trying to make like a full gamer setup because I'm still living in my parents' house. I have yet to move out to, well, my own house yet. I mean, because I'm still studying in ITE and soon I'll be studying poly. It's actually not so, it's just a few years. I mean, it's like 2 or 3 more years. Then I'll be going poly. And I think I would do NS. Oh my god, NS. And I'm not terrified. I mean, recently I went to a doctor's appointment, which I think is also one of the reasons why I didn't record that episode. Oh my god, yeah. So I essentially went to my doctor's appointment. Yes, it's like every year mandatory because of my disabilities. I need to have a checkup. So yeah, we went and then they brought up, do you about NS? So like, oh my god, NS, man. Am I really? Yeah, I'm really. And then I didn't know there was like lens or routes or something. Essentially, that's what the B1, A1, or B2. Like, what the hell is this? I know there's one that's full gear, then there's one in the office. And my parents say I'm most likely going to office due to all my disabilities and whatnot. And then they say if you want, it's better to have chose the office and hands-on one. So it's like action one, but you mostly do office administration stuff mostly. I'm still deciding on which NS stuff because I'm okay with you just completely admit. They say if you have too much free time, if you do the middle one, you essentially have I think better pay. I'm not sure. And you have more action and stuff. Essentially, you won't have that much free time. But for me, free time will always be great for me. I will prefer free time because, man, literally during my primary school and secondary school years, I would have so much free time. Essentially, actually secondary school is when I had more free time because primary school you had to go to during my mother tongue class, which I do not take after like year 2 or year 3. Yeah, I got exempted for it, and in primary school you had to learn like still had to learn stuff. But when you go to secondary school, mother tongue, you're free to do. There's sometimes you have to go somewhere to learn, but like after a while, then they stop doing it for us. So like we were just doing whatever we want, and I had a lot of free time. Essentially, if I get free time using this experience, I know how to make use of free time. I will always use free time. There's a few ways. First is read, entertainment, so to keep at least I'm getting knowledge in a sense. The next one is, well, I would not watch. No, I rarely watch on the thing because watching is boring. I would draw essentially all the stuff I need to. Either I would draw merch, I would draw my animation, I would draw essentially whatever I need to draw. And last one, I would just sketch whatever I need or like do homework. Yeah, essentially I would just do either homework or I would just sketch. I guess that goes into drawing also. So yeah, but I would do homework. Essentially, I will make use of that time to be as productive as possible. Because during in class you can barely do stuff, and when I go back home I usually had to stream, so the time I had to like use the most amount of work was during, well, my time free period. And I mean last year or like the year, I know 2 years, I think it was like 1.5 to 2 years I was gone for Twitch. My hiatus that long. I mean, no one came back. Okay, and technically there are people who came, people came to my stream because I was mostly a Twitch chatter around that time because, well, I went to hiatus. Which, not because of that, not many people I knew I was a streamer because, I didn't really make my name for myself, nor did I really want to like, hey, I'm a streamer. I was like, oh yeah, hi. And then afterwards, and I actually randomly decided to stream this year, man. I think next episode we'll talk about, since it's today I'm recording also. Next episode we're talking about why it sort of randomly came out hiatus or not. So yeah, the sudden, like, I would just use those free time and stuff. Essentially, I can't remember what I want to say, honestly. Oh my god, we have like straight off from the original topic about Shopee. Shopee, man. So yeah, I'm actually quite like the website because it's like Amazon, but yeah, it didn't really need a full scale production thing because you can just see how many are on sale and like you can control, you have control over the things, and you could just sell anything. It's like carousel, but more used and like more well organized. So essentially, I liked it. I really liked it. I mean, same for Lazada, but like, okay. So the main question is, in the comments on Spotify or on YouTube, which one do you prefer, Lazada, Shopee, or do you have any other one? If you have any other one you want me to try to use, tell me and I might want to try to use them because I'm still new to this thing. Surprisingly, because in quarantine I did not use it. I was focused on streaming before I decided to upgrade, and then it just went on like silent for like a year or two. It was it happened out of nowhere. Okay, yeah. So yeah, like tell me in the comments what website should I use and see, like, because if you want I can try to open a store on there and try to make some creative products there. Who knows? I want to try experimenting and try to have my own store on one of these website on eventually one day. Man, really. So yeah. I think that's it for this episode. Short, I know. Thank you guys for coming. Next episode is episode 10. We'll be talking about why I came, the random appearance of me coming back to stream and what happened. I think that's a very important episode if you are a null fan because then I just disappeared for the whole entire year. So yeah. Thank you guys for coming. Hope you guys are listening this on your way back from school, work, studies and whatnot. And I hope you are like listening this at the end of it or like during it to like comfort you, give you your strength and whatnot. Hope you guys finish your work or like satisfied, like in have comfort. Hope this like soothes you down and whatnot. Thank you guys for coming and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye! Outro play again.